So Susan, if someone wants to sell their house and buy another house, where do they start?
This is the chicken or the egg, right? Do you sell first? Do you buy first? Most people want to buy first just because it's easier. They want to know where they're going. They want to know that they have another house to go to. The first step in this is really run your numbers. How much is your current house worth? How much equity are you going to take out of that house? Then the second step from there is how much can you afford in a new mortgage? And then once you have those numbers, then you can decide in which order you want to go. If you decide that you want to buy first, you can do potentially a home equity loan, you can do a bridge loan, or maybe you can just buy the next home outright and you don't need to sell first.
You want to be prepared to potentially carry 2 mortgages for a period of 6 months or more, depending on how everything goes.
Right. The last thing you want is to feel rushed or pressured to sell because you have already bought something. And I've had that happen where I've had clients who they say, we want to buy first. We're totally fine with 2 mortgage payments until they have to pay 2 mortgage payments, and then it's no longer fine and the sale becomes a rush. So you really want to think it through and be prepared and make sure that you're ready for that if you decide to go that route.
Most people need to sell first because they need the equity to help with the new purchase.
Right, so a lot of people need to know exactly how much money am I getting out of my house, and then they also want to use that as the down payment. So in this market, it's a seller's market. You have a bunch of different options that you can use. You can do an extended closing and then kind of have a plan B. If you don't have enough time to find another house, maybe you rent in between or you live with family. Everybody loves moving in with family while they're looking for a house. Another thing you could do is make your sale contingent on finding another property, and then you have some time to do that. Or you could sell your house and do a leaseback option where you remain in the property for a little while after you sell. Now, all of these different options are going to depend on your situation. They're going to depend on what works best for you financially, but there are a bunch of options. And the reason you need to get your house under agreement first is because in a seller's market, when you find the house that you really love and you go make an offer, that seller may not want to wait for you to do all that because there are other buyers who are able to do something sooner. So in a seller's market, if you need to sell first, you want to get that property under contract before you go and buy another piece of property.
One thing you might want to keep in mind is a lot of people think, oh, I want to have the closing of my new house the same day and the closing of the house I'm selling the same day, which in theory sounds great, but don't forget, you need to make sure that the house you're moving out of is all packed up and ready to go.